Hello there, fellow peregrinos. Welcome to episode 17 of El Camino de Santiago Pilgrim podcast, where we talk about planning, preparation, and practicalities for life on the road to Santiago. This podcast is going to have a little bit of a different format because I'm not talking to my guest via the internet. We're not in different continents, on different continents or in different countries. My podcast guest is right next to me, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Bernie. Please say your full name because I've got no chance of pronouncing this correctly.
How are you, Red?
Great.
So Bernardo, in Portuguese accent, would be Bernado de Queiroz Camacho. Yeah, which sounds a little bit more exotic than Bernardo de Queiroz Camacho.
I think any ladies listening have just fallen in love with that accent, probably. So the short story of the long version is that Bernie and I are good friends. We didn't walk the Camino together. We didn't meet on the Camino, but we found out when we met that we'd both walked the Camino. So I thought this was a great chance, with Bernie being in town, for us to talk about the Camino. We're going to explore planning, preparation, practicalities, tips, tricks and hacks, that kind of stuff, but also talk about other Camino-related themes and issues. And let's start with Bernie. Tell your fellow shellmates how you first heard about the Camino. While we drink this glass of wine. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, man. Cheers for everyone.
Saúde.
Saúde.
So yeah, tell us how you first heard about the Camino.
Well, the Camino is becoming through the media, and my time that I got my first contact on Camino is with a book with Brazilian writer Paulo Coelho. Sharing with us his experience, and I found it fascinating. And
what did you like about the book? Because personally, I thought it was a bit of a challenge to read. Maybe because it delved into like the occult and the esoteric side of the Camino, which obviously a lot of people were interested in, and me too. But I thought it was a bit out there.
Very much. Yeah, Paulo Coelho is very, very into these things.
I love Paulo Coelho. I've read all, I haven't read all these books, but I've read a lot of his books.
You see,
The Alchemist is.
You have the.
It's my Bible, The Alchemist. My Bible for life. But yeah. So, what did you like about the Pilgrimage, which is the name of the Paulo Coelho book?
Exactly what you said. It's very spiritual. He always brings this to spiritual way of writing, and with a nice writing that he has. That's it. It's like if you hear about a castle without a ghost story, is not a castle. It's gonna be a simple piece of bricks. Yeah, beautiful, but not with a charm, with a story behind, with a ghost. And Paulo Coelho did a little bit of that with a fantasy, with his spirit. He's pretty in nice words, and
so that captivated you at the start.
Me and lots of people.
Yeah,
but that was like 5 or 6 years before I did the Camino, and of course I like it with a lot of people, not everyone, but a big majority of people that cross. And the Camino is because of a reason, a personal reason, and a good timing of doing the Camino. On myself, was I had a little bit disturbing time, like a fuzzy mind.
Fuzzy mind.
Yeah. On October, as I finished my summer season and nearly broke up with a relationship. I didn't know what to do. And 2 days previously, I started packing up and buying a shoe, my first boots, and I bought a lot of things that I thought it would be primordial for the Camino, which it wasn't.
So you read Paulo Coelho's book. 5 or 6 years later, you said it was that you found the right time to do the Camino after a fuzzy head. And if you could see Bernie now, you'd see he's also got a fuzzy head now. He's got long curly hair. And the next step for you to make that head less fuzzy after the breakup was to walk the Camino. And it was in the winter you walked the Camino, the French way from Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, correct?
Exactly.
And your first day would have been up and over the Pyrenees. How was that in the winter?
Man, yeah. I wasn't ready at all. Wool socks. Well, I had a rain jacket, a windbreak jacket.
Did you do any research of packing, or it was just kind of throw some stuff in a bag and go?
I just went through. I went
like
up
that.
and from Valencia, I stopped in Pamplona, and I realized that I would need a kind of a jacket, a special jacket for it. I asked in the El Corte Inglés, which was just beside the bus station to France. And I asked the guy, and he said, "Oh no, you have to take this one." And actually saved my life. A windbreak jacket.
The windbreaker jacket.
Yeah, you don't need to warm yourself, because you're gonna warm yourself while you're walking. What you need is to cut this the cold wind in contact to your body. To
The breeze as well. Yeah. When you walk in, you get the cold wind, and the windbreaker obviously takes the sting out of that coldness, doesn't it? The wind chill factor. So how long between making the decision to go and actually setting foot on the Camino?
2 days. 2 days, because
That's fantastic.
I was with her in her mother's house. We were visiting
In Spain? In Valencia?
Spain,
In
Alicante,
Ibiza?
in Alicante.
Alicante, right.
In a chalet, and I didn't know what to do, and I went to Decathlon, and I bought my boots.
Did you get some advice from the guy in the shop?
No, not this
Just
time.
kind of picked a pair up and said, these fit, these will do?
Yeah, I just knew, I realized I need a proper boots to walk in the rain and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't wear any trainings, because there would be...
No trainers, no tennis shoes, kind of that. It's got to be proper.
But the wool socks...
I mean, some people say in the summertime you could walk in like chanclas, like flip-flops. I've seen someone walk it barefoot in the summertime. Strangely, the guy was called Barefoot Bernard. It wasn't you, but it wasn't you. But
lucky me, because I wouldn't like to.
That would have been tough in the winter, though, right?
Yeah, so many kilometers, and that would ruin the back and the knees and the feet, which is the main thing that we need to look after ourselves: knees, feet, and back.
Yeah.
With the weights that we have, it's usually around 10 kilograms.
So do you reckon you had about 10 kilos, even though you didn't?
I started with nearly 18 kilos.
Wow.
Yes, man. Yes.
You took your friend with you in the back, or?
Yeah. My ex-mother-in-law. I did carry on lots of things which I thought that would be.
You shedded some stuff along the way?
I left a lot of things, because you're gonna meet a lot of people which they're gonna need stuff, but then in the end you're gonna need stuff, and some people are gonna give to you. Always worked like this. Yeah.
It's the Camino economy.
The Camino.
Yeah, it's the
Economy.
Camino, the Camino economy, yeah. So let's look at the practicalities for someone that maybe could only walk the Camino in winter. Like you only had the time to walk it in winter. You've given some advice, which was the wind breaker. Mm-hmm. Like you don't need a heavy jacket, but maybe you need something just to take the sting out of the wind on your skin, on your body. And you said boots, because obviously the conditions can be extreme as well.
Wet.
Wet. It was wet for you?
Yeah, very wet.
All the time?
Yeah, not all the time. By Pyrenees, yeah.
So in the winter, obviously with the winter coming up, you need some waterproof footwear.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
In Galicia, you're gonna went to the water house.
Yeah. That's actually my friend. He's from Madrid, and when I told him that me and Rachel, who's my wife, we're gonna walk the last 100 of the Camino Portuguese in about 10 days' time, and I said we're gonna do it. And he said in his kind of Madrid accent, which I probably can't do. He said, "Hay mucha agua." Mucha agua. So lots of water. I am mucha agua, doing the hand signals that they make. So you walked in winter. Would the conditions, did they make it hard at times, or did it make your spirits just dig in and more determined and make it more satisfying for you?
Definitely. That's the sentence about no pain, no gain. There's it is indeed right. As more as you, entre parentheses, you suffer. When you finish the goal you need to do daily, you feel the satisfaction. You sleep like a baby. You
Yeah.
have the best shower of your life, even if that's sometimes it's a cold shower. But you make
More
it
often
work.
than not, actually, in the albergues, in the albergs, yeah. So you've recommended, obviously, for winter walking, having the waterproof footwear, the windbreaker as well. Would you say you need a warm jacket?
Yes.
Sorry, a
because,
warm jumper.
A warm jumper.
Yeah.
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 One warm jumper for sure. Because
Yeah, I would agree.
you will have sometimes that you will stop walking, and the temperature in this time of the year is pretty cold. So
Yeah,
the temperature
absolutely.
will decrease, and you will need this kind of jumper.
Yeah.
With the windbreaker, you are invincible.
Absolutely. So let's look at the issue of the rain and the waterproofs. Did you take a poncho with you as well?
No,
No?
I didn't got a poncho. I got.
So the windbreak acts as a waterproof jacket as well?
Yeah, briefly saying my equipment.
Yeah.
I had a backpack with 50 liters, 80 liters inside, a pair of boots, of course a pair of
on your feet,
flip-flops.
right? Not on your back.
Yeah. My feet, yeah.
Sorry, bad Brit.
No.
Terrible
there was
Try
a big
British
joke.
humour, mate. Yeah,
No,
sorry.
because you know me that I'm always wearing a flip-flop. That will be
Havaianas.
very me.
For a Brazilian man.
A pair of flip-flop.
Yeah.
For sure. For whenever you need to brief your feet. A couple of walking sticks. My first Camino, I did 1,100 kilometers, but I haven't used those walking sticks that you can buy.
Yeah.
But my second Camino, I tried, and is much more efficient. It's make more comfortable the walk. It's true, and they are not expensive. You don't need to buy a pro one. You need to buy some sticks, and they can be durable. To follow you.
And interestingly, for people that are travelling from far, I know you didn't travel specifically far, but for example, your paisanos, as they say in Spain.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the word in English. I found the word in Spanish there, but your patriots, your compadres, your fellow countrymen travelling from Brazil, if they wanted to buy the walking sticks, they could buy them in the sports shops in Saint Jean Pierre de Port, for example, so they wouldn't have to pay to bring them over, on the plane.
Very good point. Yeah.
And that helps you going up the mountain, helps you coming down the mountain, takes the force out of the knees. So you'd recommend people use walking poles?
If you will take the French Camino, which start from Saint Jean Pierre de Port, they have their equipments there. They have a lot of shops. Indeed, it's the first time. It's the first place of starting the Camino, but it is the business. I would recommend. What I did was lucky. I bought in Pamplona, because before you go to Saint Jean Pierre de Port, you need to get the bus from Pamplona, and from Pamplona you have some big industry, El Corte Inglés, or any sports shops that you can have a very decent prices. And
Decathlon is the shop to look out for, isn't it?
for example.
If there's one there, if you're passing by a Pamplona, and I do know there are some sports shops in Saint Jean Pierre de Port as well. So the walking poles you'd recommend taking.
Yeah. It's not a main thing like not wool socks. Yeah, you need a good socks like that to breathe, to make it breathe your feet.
Yeah,
and not
wool
have
socks actually are highly recommended by a lot of people actually, because they're good
those dry feet
protection
ones.
against the blisters. Yeah, take the moisture out, which
Compete pads for the feet.
I was told they were a big no by a foot care team in an albergue in Burgos.
Really?
Yeah, because when you rip them off your feet, they take the skin off completely.
You can't. You don't need to. You have to let them falling on its own. You never remove
the compete.
Yeah, you just leave it there, because it hydrates your skin, and
it does what? Sorry. Hydrates
yeah.
the skin. Oh, okay.
Sorry about my Brazilian.
No. Your English is far better than my Brazilian Portuguese. No problem. You're
Cheers for that, man.
Yeah, cheers.
for that.
So we've got like a bit of a Camino de Santiago thing going on here because it's like one of those classic Camino nights, you know.
Yeah.
We're just underneath the stars on my roof terrace here, drinking
Some nice wine.
some vino tinto, some red wine, and talking all things Camino. And from two peregrinos, hermanos, or, you know, two good friends as
Big
well.
friends.
So, yeah. All right, so we covered a bit about your kit list and the waterproof stuff. You didn't carry a poncho. I would recommend a poncho personally. It's still personal preference, but we got absolutely soaked on our last Camino, Rachel and I, my wife and I, and we didn't have the ponchos ready to be deployed. We had them at the bottom of our backpacks. It started raining, and it was like, it was panic, you know, and next thing you know, having to dig all the things out because I underestimated the rain, you know. But anyway, that poncho was a lifesaver. We looked stupid, you know, we looked a bit stupid. But it does the job. The ponchos were very effective for us, but it's a personal preference for everyone. And you get the waterproof cover for the rucksack as well. You had one of those for yours?
Yes, I got mine, my poncho on the Portuguese way.
Yeah.
On the second one, I experienced the poncho, and you're right. Because my first Camino was very funny, as I didn't had a clue, and I went on my own with my fuzzy mind, and I was just
48 days, 48 hours of preparation.
I just threw myself in there.
Why
and
not?
I say,
Sometimes it's what you got to do. Yeah.
Listen,
you know, so many people they talk about the Camino and shall I do it? Shan't I do it?
that's
too
very
much
common.
of that
Very
you can
common.
talk yourself out of it.
Just throw yourself.
Sometimes it's like,
Throw
that's what I
yourself.
say to everyone. It's the best thing you'll ever do.
Throw yourself.
It's just like, you know, sitting here talking about it now, you know, all the feelings and emotions and the memories, they just reliving it all now, you know. So
I think but people usually they usually ask me, the major question is, where do you sleep? About the blisters.
yeah,
But the main thing is about what you're saying is why you took it, why.
yeah,
So it's all
that's something.
combined
Yeah,
to the situations, and the big detail that I want to share is that Camino is like a life. Everyone have a different criteria. Everyone have a different conditions to walk and different timings. So of course, what I'm saying is what my experience was adapted to that. But paying attention, Vaseline is the main thing you must carry on your bag. That for sure as well. There's like a little item that you need to massage your feet before you start walking, and gonna avoid to the friction between your feet and your socks, and creating those blisters. Definitely that will prevent you to have blisters. But don't worry, because if you have a blisters, the blister will pop out and then it will come back again, and the third times they are not blisters anymore. They're gonna become columns, and your feet just gonna look like a brick.
yeah.
And then when you actually, now I look like a freaking pilgrim.
Yeah, maybe if you haven't, those blisters can be like a badge of honor sometimes, can't they?
Yeah.
But it's great advice, because I think all the other pilgrims that I've interviewed before you as well have all sworn by the Vaseline on the feet before you walk. Some said they did it during the walk as well.
Vaseline on the nipples. If you have a little bit of hairy nipples,
it's a problem for you.
well, that was a nightmare for me.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So hairy nipples as well.
Hairy nipples,
that's
guys.
actually a really good point, because when I ran my marathons and triathlons, I swore by the you get a runner's nipple. You know, it can happen.
Burn,
Yeah, I mean, it's agony. It's absolute agony, the runner's nipples. So, great advice. The Vaseline is, we could say that's the one thing you would definitely take with you in your kit list,
That's true, that's true. The Vaseline, I think, and the windbreak jacket.
The windbreaker jacket.
If you're going this time of the year,
Yeah.
a couple of gloves, that could help loads.
Well, I'm going to say this as well. I agree with you on that. The hat and the gloves and the scarf for walking in winter. It's cold in the mornings. Even when the sun is coming up, it's cold. And if the sun does rise to its highest and mightiest around about 11, 12, maybe a bit earlier, then you can take that off. And for a few hours, you can walk in just your T-shirt.
Yeah.
And also wearing the pants that you can zip off at the knees.
Good, yeah.
And be short as well.
I
That's
had
a
that
really
one as
good
well,
thing.
man.
You had those as well.
Yeah.
You know, it gets to about 11 o'clock. It looks like you're about to do a striptease on the street, you know, in front of the abuelas, the old, you know.
They love it.
The grandmas, you know.
They clap their hands and everything.
That are getting their bread and groceries from the man that comes in the van, you know, tooting his horn. Pop, 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 pop. Great memories, huh? Great memories.
Yeah.
But so the zip-off pants are really, really good. So I think we're kind of covering some nice bits about the kit list for winter walking, since we're in the winter. And what about the albergues? You walked in winter. I guess they were a lot less busy.
You
still encountered some people and some fellow shellmates.
Yeah, people was warning me about that.
Warning you?
Yeah, because since we walking in the winter time, I'm passing through Navarra, Logroño to Burgos, until we get to León. Very, very few amounts of pilgrims walking, sharing albergues. Very few, which creates a better atmosphere and more cozy, more intense. Because a few people that he had, it was more close to you. Albergue, where there, loads of them was closed. The ones they don't close, which was the one that I was looking for, was the donative ones.
Donativo, yeah.
Donativo.
Yeah.
You just need to, if you want to give some money, you give. If you want to give some food, you give. They belongs to the time of the Templarios, the history of
the Knights Templars.
Knights Templars.
Yeah.
They were very old, very, very old. So I slept in these albergues you don't need to worry about.
Any advice for anyone that's going to sleep in the albergues in winter?
Oh yeah, if you go to these kind of albergues, make sure you take some sleeping bag.
Absolutely.
But just like a thinny one.
Yeah, a thin one. You don't want to carry too much weight. Yeah. In the summer, you can get away with potentially not taking a sleeping bag. And just putting all your clothes on. We spoke to one pilgrim a couple of weeks ago, episode 11, German girl, carried less than 5 kilograms.
The summer. Oh yeah. By the way, back to the weight. When I said about 18 when I started, I walked in my first day 56 kilometers. 56, Brad.
First day?
50, yeah.
First day,
mate. That's true. It was from Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. I will pass Roncesvalles.
Dude.
It was because of Ronces, I start really early.
You walked in the dark as well.
Yeah, I walked in the dark. I love to walk in the dark. So I advise for who likes to walk in the dark, to a flash torch with a couple of spare batteries. But that day was
a flashlight,
insane.
A torch.
Flashlight.
Yeah, I think Americans call it flashlight. Yeah. In England, we call it a torch. But in Brazil,
lanterna.
So again, lanterna.
Lanterninha.
It sounds so much more exciting. It's like a torch. Lanterna.
Lanterninha. You already don't need it because you're so happy with it. It's just need a lanterninha. It's already light here. But I started and did that first day, as I said, was a first mind. My mind was just like a laundromat. So it's like, spinning around. I just want to be alone. And
get some headspace.
It was incredible. Incredible feeling. I started at 6 o'clock in the morning and I finished at 10 o'clock in the night non-stop, crossing the Pyrenees and
including that big ascent and descent of the Pyrenees.
Yeah.
That's superhuman.
Without sticks and 18 kilos on the back. So the second day I walk only 20 kilometers.
I was gonna say the second day you were probably.
I stopped in Burgos. No, Burgos. Yeah, it was Burgos.
Let's talk about that intense, extreme first day because I've never walked that far on my first day. I think I did. On my last Portuguese Camino, I think me and Rachel knocked up around about 30 odd on the first day, and the next 3 or 4 days we were walking like
the
robots,
stages,
no? Like robots, yeah,
etapas.
Yeah, the etapas, the stages, yeah. But would you recommend that someone walk that far on the first day, or slowly build it up?
I didn't receive any recommendation on this one. I went through because, the fact is I learned a lot myself with that situation. I wouldn't recommend because I don't think it's a human right to do that. I think you are actually growing knees and getting exhausted.
Yeah.
And you won't enjoy as much as you could. But luckily, in my situations that I had, that was pretty good, and I'm glad that I did it. So I recommend or not, I can share the story.
Yeah.
And if you feel free and if you feel that you are in the condition to do, why not? No?
So if you've got the physical capability to do it, then
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're well trained. But ordinarily, it would be tough to walk. I mean,
Yeah,
by the end
yeah.
of my probably mid Camino, mid French way, I had a 56 kilometer day in the meseta because it was flat and because the sun was behind the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, right, this is the only chance I'm ever going to ever have to walk this kind of distance in my life.
Mm-hmm.
The physical challenge was actually quite appealing to me. So I can understand that you get some strange kind of satisfaction and buzz out of the pain. It's
It's good, isn't it?
you only get that on the Camino, or when you do an extreme event. And I've had a similar feelings after doing marathons and triathlons and stuff. But definitely for those that aren't used to doing that, better to build up to that kind of distance, maybe mid Camino, and let your body adjust little by little. Albergs, you mentioned. Sleeping bag, very useful. What about a blow-up pillow? You know the little pillows that everyone has around their necks on the...
You know what?
Yes or no?
I took it.
Yeah?
No, I took it my first time with when I had the 18 kilos and the full backpack. Yes, I did have, but it was I left there in the first day. And there's no usage at all.
No?
Nah.
No? But it weighs nothing, you know, the blow-up pillow kind of thing, because obviously it's inflatable and you can take the air out of it. I'm thinking of taking it on
But
my
I
next
never
Camino.
used. Yeah, no.
I'm going to see if I use it or not. Me and Rachel are leaving for Spain in 10 days' time or so, maybe a bit less, 10 days' time. And yeah, I'm going to take one and see if it comes in handy.
The main thing is...
What about earplugs? Sleeping, was it a problem for you, or are you so tired at the end of each day that you just kind of crashed?
About plugs?
Earplugs.
Earplugs.
Tapones.
No, I didn't have this problem. The other pilgrims had a problem. Because
With you?
With me. I was...
Roncas, you snore.
Oh, if I snore.
Yeah.
After 50 kilometers, what do you think? And a nice bottle of wine, whoosh, if I did snore. They mentioned there was a tenori. There was Italians,
tenore.
Yeah, with a
The
tenor.
Brazilian tenor, yeah?
Yeah. There was Italians there in the albergue, which was a Puente de la Reina. See, there was a little bit.
There's like 400 people or potentially in that one, yeah.
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
Very, very beautiful.
Lovely town.
Yeah.
Lovely town.
And a lot of rich of history and stuff. Yes. And
That bridge is beautiful, isn't it, over the river? Yeah.
That Camino connects another Camino, as I heard. It's a very important town from this from the Camino.
It's where a few of the Caminos converge and merge together, isn't it?
Yeah. People start from there. A lot of people.
People starting from France as well. Jaca, I think
over.
is
All over, man. As closer you get Santiago, more people you start seeing. People getting closer to the main goal.
So albergs, survival tips for winter. Take a sleeping bag for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but definitely recommend you guys, if you don't snore as much as I do, or you don't care, you sleep like a log, just get these ear plugs, because it's not. I don't think it will be comfortable.
Earplugs to sleep. Eye mask as well, because of people with their flashlights and torches, or in Brazilian,
lanterninha. That's a horrible, man. Lanterna, porra.
Lanterna. Is porra a swear word in Brazil?
No, porra was a little bit of
I don't want to offend the Brazilian people.
Sorry, guys. Desculpa, galera.
And
is the wine.
also, I was Rachel and I were in an albergue in Rubaix, in the Portuguese Camino, the inland route. We were there in December. It was absolutely freezing.
Really?
And the worst thing about it was the guy that was sleeping above me who I actually got on really well with. He was a very nice Spanish guy.
Until he started sleeping.
No, it wasn't his sleeping.
Happened with me. I was a very nice guy for some people.
It wasn't his sleeping. It was quite funny because his bragas, his underwear, he washed it in the shower, which is fine.
Yeah.
But then he hung it on the bed frame above me, and that was dripping onto my bed.
That's not bueno.
That's not good. One, I didn't want to sleep with his underwear in my face. And two, I understand that these are, sometimes problems when it's so intimate and you're sharing sleeping space with people.
That's right.
My underwear was outside on the washing line drying, so I was thinking, why not leave it outside? Okay, it could rain, but surely it's better than dripping on your fellow peregrino's face. So
that's funny.
If anyone's listening and does that, then
please don't. No.
it would be very appreciated if he left it outside.
A little bit more ethic.
I had to stare his bragas in my face, his underwear. But I think this is when the socks and the hat. I had a warm hat and a scarf came in handy. I actually wore these sleeping in the albergue.
Me too. The scarf.
So cold in winter. So cold that you can see the fog from your breath.
Even in the bed.
That's
not bueno.
So cold.
Yeah,
so cold. So anyone that's going to walk in winter, is thinking of walking in winter, take your sleeping bag. I know this sounds quite self-explanatory, but it can't be underestimated, the importance of it. So, and obviously we're talking about the earplugs. And these are common things that keep coming up in the podcast. So we talked about blisters, we talked about Vaseline as well. We talked about one thing that you took that you definitely used all the way, and you probably wouldn't do without, which was your Vaseline for blister prevention. Mandatory.
It's so cheap.
Imprescindible. What would you say?
Just don't mix with a toothbrush in the time when you brush your teeth in the morning. Yeah, I did that.
You brushed your teeth with Vaseline?
Yes, I had a small tube of toothpaste. And I got up in the morning like 4 o'clock and start walking the dock, and I don't want to disturb the other fellas, so I put Vaseline on my freaking mouth. That was not bueno walking days.
Okay, well,
be careful.
Don't brush your teeth with Vaseline ever. Use toothpaste. Carry toothpaste, and don't put toothpaste on your feet. Maybe that won't help. So one thing you said you obviously took a lot of stuff, 18 kilos, something that you definitely that you didn't give to someone else to use, something that you didn't need on the Camino, even in the winter, you definitely wouldn't take, because you're going to do another Camino soon, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to do my third one.
Soon. So what are you not going to take on that Camino?
This one?
The next one.
No, I know already, because after...
What aren't you going to take?
What I'm not going to take?
What did you take before that didn't come in useful?
Well, look at from the Camino, the Portuguese, everything that I start with, I finish with. I think the first Camino was the big lesson, is when you have the big lesson of minimalist, which nowadays is, I think we are getting too involved with consuming and buying stuff that we don't need. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing the Camino de Santiago again, because you always acquire again this value about what you have, and the main things. You don't. 18 kilos was a lot of clothes that I left behind that I thought we need. This one might get dirty. We need to clean over. So no, you don't need that. You're gonna use like 3 pieces of shirts, 2 trousers. And socks clean on there while you're showering yourself. You can also let them dry with clips on your backpack. You clip them in a backpack, and while you're walking in the daytime, the sun will dry them off.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
So pegs or safety pins as well would come in handy. Peg your socks and your underwear.
My backpack was like
a washing line.
A washing line. So I had the shirts, a block boxer, socks.
So the pegs are really important as well the safety pins are important for pinning the clothes on your backpack as you walk. They can dry while you walk.
That's a clever. Yeah,
you can rinse them in the shower. rinse them in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing you didn't use, one thing you thought, oh, I'm going to take that, and then you didn't use it. And was there anything that stands out?
Yeah, that one thing that
For example, I took on my first Camino, I took a Spanish phrase book, which was
we take
probably
books
madness.
because we think that we're gonna
books. Yeah.
No, enjoy the Camino.
Yeah.
Enjoy everything there. Don't take no books. This is a wait, and these waits after many kilometers.
You could take books. You could take books if you
Diary.
are an avid reader.
I wrote.
Definitely a journal. I took a small journal. I always have a small journal with me. So a journal if you like to record your travels along the way. But thinking in terms of like carrying books to read, you can download Kindle on your phone.
Oh yeah.
Not actually carry a Kindle and a phone. You can download the Kindle app on your phone for free, and then you can have all of your Kindle downloads on your phone, so you don't have to carry two devices, which is another question I want to get to. A listener from the podcast, Audrey Lee in Australia, she said she'd like us to tackle the issue of having to connect to the internet while you're walking. If you work online and you want to do work while you're walking, you've walked the Camino, you've seen the cafes, bars, restaurants, the albergue coverage, the Wi-Fi coverage in our albergues. Is it something is it something they should be able to do, you think?
Look, for these kind of device, like phones and computers, I seen a lot. And the French Camino, I crossed with a lot of South Korean people, which for some reason in their television they got a movie there, and there's loads of South Korean. Maybe 10.
I met a few Koreans on my last Camino as well. Yeah,
and
very nice people.
You know, these people, they are lovely, but they love devices and technologies, and like I said in the beginning, everyone will do the Camino as they want to. It's like there's no way to do the Camino. It's your own way. Just do. I mean, just don't cheat. Don't get bus. Don't get lift. Try not to. Unless
I think unless you have to.
Yeah, because of health.
You get a lot more out of it if you don't.
Yeah.
But if that is the only way, I do believe that any Camino in any way is better than no Camino. I totally agree with you that you get more out of it by not taking a bus or taking a train. Maybe people haven't got the luxury of time that we had on our Caminos, and they have to rely on some kind of transport. But 100%, you definitely get more out of it, I think, by walking the whole way or biking the whole way.
And horsing the whole way.
I saw some people on horseback.
Yeah, me too, man.
I saw some people on horseback.
That's very beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah, it's very poignant.
Oof. Yeah. I feel myself as a, how is that, knight templar.
Like a nice Templar, Los Templarios. So, to tackle Audrey Lee's question, we're talking about devices, and I would say just the same as taking the bus and the train. That's totally understandable if you've got no choice, but you will get more out of it by walking the whole way. And I believe personally you get more out of the Camino by completely disconnecting from work, obligations, and taking your body, mind, spirit back to what it was born to do, which is how we have evolved through thousands of years. Our bodies are programmed to eat, sleep, seek shelter, and move. And that's why I believe doing work while you're on the Camino will only potentially, minimize the positive, or could affect the positive impact of the Camino that it will have on you. I've done Caminos where I've had to do some work and I didn't get as much out of it as I did when I didn't have to do work. I've done Caminos when I've taken work issues with me, and I've had to, when I've finished walking for the day, I've had to get on my phone and phone people and email people and call people. And I honestly didn't get as much out of it as when I didn't have to do that. So my own personal opinion, and this is, you know, the Camino is all, you know, about a personal experience. For some people, you know, that might not be possible. And if you've got a wife and kids and you've got a...
Yes, yeah.
And you've got to check in with them and let them know you're okay, and you will miss them and you want to talk to them and share your experience with them, you know, that's beautiful as well.
Yeah.
But I personally, my opinion is that you get more out of a Camino by disconnecting as much as possible. As much as possible.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah.
So, Audrey Lee, thanks for your message about that one. And we understand that you probably will have to do some work because she works online. She says she can't take a month or 2 months off work, but she still wants to do it. So
I cross with a different.
any Camino is better than no Camino.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I saw people that are going for studying.
Yeah,
as I said.
Yeah, some people do it for their dissertation or. You know,
I was inspired by cultural wise, like spiritual wise with Paul Coelho. I had it on my mind. But when you are there, you see all of these forests, churches, people talking about the history. You get involved, and wanting or not, you get involved to the history, and it belongs to you. Your main thing to ask people and get involved. Man, this is a history, it's a golden thing. So you have the cultural way, you have the spiritual way, you have the physical way, which I saw people running the Camino.
I saw a guy running the Camino as well, yeah.
Like record stuff, like going in 20 days, you did the whole Camino running. But the way of taking the device, for example, for studying, you have gears to understand the structure of the church or go back to the history, and you will enjoy a lot. You can enjoy a lot.
What do you mean by gears?
Gears like
applications
or phones or computer, or I mean whatever you have on hand. But you stop because this is history.
So in that way, it can actually enhance your Camino because you could be looking up the history of stuff as you go and understanding.
There you go. And actually,
that's a really good point. I never thought of that.
It was a French guy. It was a French
That's
guy.
really good point.
He explained me a lot of things.
Yeah.
And because he was too involved with the history, passionate, and I really liked as well.
Yeah.
This kind of metaphorically comparison. It's like a castle without ghosts.
Comparison,
yeah. A castle without a ghost is only a beautiful brick, a beautiful house. But when you have a ghost, you create a charming story, and you will enjoy. The Camino de Santiago as well. If you get involved with the content, you will enjoy the way. You're gonna look for something. You're gonna go for something. A part of doing.
If you buy into it, yeah. And you said you walked at night time.
Yeah.
Was it just one night or often?
No, many nights.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, many nights. Always working 4:30 in the morning. I have friends from Camino, both of them. And if they... Hi, guys, if you hear me, you can tell that, I walked the night time. Yeah, crazy. It's beautiful because it's dark
but
and
4:30 in the morning in winter is very different to 4:30 in the morning in summer. I mean, I've been up at 4 in the morning in summer, and
but I don't know.
Cold.
Yes.
But I can't imagine what it was like in winter.
I think it's the adrenaline, the prep, the thing, the situations. Just you don't get as cold as you would if you would be in your day-by-day life. In the same situation.
Yes, because you've got adventure keeping you warm.
Yeah, you are there, man.
you don't. Tiredness only strikes you when you go to bed.
Where do I go? I have to walk. Where do I have to walk? Well, which place I need to? The next bottle of water.
The adrenaline of the.
You keep your mind busy all the time.
It's incredible. It's all of those feelings are just coming up again, you know, what you're saying.
Man, it's so awesome to share it.
No, it is.
I'm remembering the facts that I don't remember now.
Yeah.
Talking with you now. Well, I think it's the wine thing.
We only had
Cheers of it.
We only had 2 glasses. So 2 glasses is not a lot, huh? So let's. I want to go through some stuff where we're going to get some quick answers, so the listeners have got some takeaways. Is there something you bought on the way that you wish you'd packed before leaving?
Yeah, Vaseline.
Vaseline.
I found out later on.
Okay, so we got back to the Vaseline. What about your favourite town, city or village?
Down. These I can't answer because there's so many beautiful.
Pick one that stands out. If I was to say, what's your favourite of all the places on the Camino? For me, strangely, I could say Logroño. I had such a lovely time in Logroño. Nothing special there, but it was just a feeling that I had in the city. I loved the place. It was the first place that I felt like I connected with the Spanish culture and the
La Rioja's culture.
The La Rioja, the siesta, and I felt it was the first time I felt part of the culture, part of Spain. I bought into it. Santiago de Compostela is amazing. I love Santiago. It's not an anticlimax at all. Is there a place for you?
No, I'm sorry. No. I think I would separate the Camino in 3 stages. The first is getting ready. Is the physical one, because I'm talking about the French Camino. There's many others, but the French Camino, you start on the Pyrenees, which is a physical condition you're gonna get to. So I would say that's a physical. Then you start from Palencia, the La Meseta Española, which is all flat. That's more
it's the
in
plains,
your mind, because there's a lot of kilometers on flat, and you think a lot. I think that I would say about your mind. And
I love the Meseta.
Galicia is.
Would you say that's your favourite, La Meseta?
It's
or
just
you like them for different reasons?
Yeah,
it's like saying, what's your favourite Beatles song? You can't answer it.
I can't.
It's impossible to answer
Yeah,
that
muy
question.
bien. Yeah, you get a good comparison. Yeah,
it's impossible.
It's impossible.
What's your favourite Chico Buarque song? He's a famous Brazilian singer.
Yeah, nice.
I saw him on the beach in Ipanema once. In his string. He was wearing a string.
Braga, no?
Braga.
La Braguita.
And my friend went up to him and took a picture with Chico Buarque.
Well, that's nice.
Then I went and bought one of his CDs. Anyway, off-topic story there. So you couldn't pick your favourite town, but you say it's in 3 stages.
Yeah.
Obviously, the
Galicia
physical.
Is spiritual.
Galicia
you
is
are
spiritual.
ready. You know that you are getting into your main goal, which is the cathedral. No, you get them there to see and touch Santiago's body, which you can do there. You
climb the steps to the shrine, and you the tradition is you give him a hug.
And by inside the church, you have you can be behind a statue with him, and he has a coffin right underneath.
Yeah.
And it's emotion. But the Galicia is very spiritual because of that.
I want to come back to the end, at the end, because I've got the big question to ask you before we finish.
Okay. All right.
So I want to save the best till last. A favourite albergue?
I can't hear as well. No.
Did you stay in Grañón?
Grañón. Which city was that?
Grañón was my favourite albergue because there was a big pilgrim dinner, like a medieval banquet. 40, 50 people in the room from all over the world.
Because
that Camino,
happens,
and it's a small church
in
a small village where the locals are lovely. It is the embodiment of the Camino. Anywhere like that you can remember, like a big banquet night, somewhere where you met someone that was inspiring, said something.
Yes, I need to go back and see name of towns because I never been into this. Going the name of the town, but Ponferrada was really nice. Ponferrada.
The albergue in Ponferrada.
Yeah,
it's quite big there, isn't it?
Quite big. It's a lot. It's more pilgrims. So after many kilometers, you can share a lot of stories in Ponferrada already. So it's nearby, a few kilometers to Santiago. And I like as well some of these albergues, which is in the middle of villages, in the middle of nowhere, like 20 houses, 30 houses, agglomerated, and you have.
And they're so welcoming to the pilgrims. Huh? They're so welcoming to the pilgrims.
And so welcoming because there's not many, so they are like wow.
It's a novelty.
They are willing to talk with you.
Like for example, I stayed in a place called Azofra.
I saw Frances.
And I think there was like 500 people that lived in this village, and there's, shall we say, quote unquote grocery store, but it's actually just a pensioner selling some stuff that they bought from a supermarket in their kitchen, you know. And I love that. And the abuelita, she brings you into the grandma, she brings you into the kitchen, and she's got like little tins of tuna on display, little tins of olives and stuff like that.
In fact, this happens a lot.
It's amazing. I love that. It's like 500 years ago. It's so magical, like places like that.
Beautiful connection.
So you like the albergs in the small villages. If you were to walk the Camino Frances again, or the Camino Portuguese, which place are you going to stop in that you didn't stop? Did you go to a town where you think, oh man, I wish I'd have stopped there. I wish I'd have spent the night.
I'll go back to the Portuguese.
Yeah.
And I would stop maybe 1 or 2 more nights in Coimbra. I found out that the main albergue, the donative one, where it's like €2 to get, I had the advantage of speaking Portuguese, so I met the guy which was looking after this massive place. The guy was so simple, but I couldn't imagine his knowledge about the history. I just started chatting with him
of the town.
Time. No, about the history in itself, the Camino, the Coimbra, the castle, and my bed was not less than 15 meters from Isabel, was sanctified. Saint Isabel, the name. I need to go back to my diary and read the story. But I found it fascinating because people start, they sleep every day, and they don't realize they just sleep, go. We do that. All of us, we do that. But sometimes we have so many treasures surrounding us. And that was the case of Coimbra. But I got a road.
Beautiful English, man. So many treasures.
I tell you, man. The wine.
And you're Brazilian? Speaking English like that, it's impressive, Bernie. It's impressive. Tantos tesoros.
Tantos tesouros. Oh,
and in Portuguese, it's Portuguese. Tesoros.
Yeah.
Tesoros.
Same.
In Spanish, it's tesoros. Okay, so Coimbra, as Bernie says, so many treasures. Go visit that if you're going to walk the Portuguese Camino. Make sure you stay there. Going to rattle through these now. For the listeners that are going to go to the Camino Frances or any other Camino in Spain, tell them a dish they need to try, food-wise.
Astorga. If you go to French, the French Camino, by getting nearly 400 kilometers, I don't remember, but you can make a research on the internet. It's called Astorga, Astorga, and the village is nothing like special.
It's a town. Yeah.
It's a town.
It's actually a city, I think.
It's a big town.
Okay.
But this village, this town before, it was very famous by the minories and the people, the civilization over there, but mountain people. And the dishes, the way they eat, has been so hard labor job and so cold conditions.
Yeah.
Those guys was eating, getting the strong dish at first, and they was finishing with soup. So you first start with a big, massive pork on your plate, a hairy pork. No, not Harry Potter, hairy pork. Seriously, man, I got all the pieces of meat, like you can see the skin, the hair, so like medieval. And then the second plate is a massive vegetable cocido, no, puchero. Yeah. And the third one was fideos, which is
fideos, yeah.
Thinny pasta, very thinny.
It's like the soup and the very thin pasta you get inside the soup, like the caldo gallego.
Yeah,
similar to that.
And you know me, I'm big and I eat quite a lot, and I couldn't manage to finish that. It was amazing. I was really amazed. But there's nothing special like this. It's a unique dish. It's just a unique environment.
Okay. So try all of those things. The fidewas, the hairy pork.
pork.
Doesn't sound very appetizing, huh?
Abracadabra.
We'll have to look up for the name of the hairy pork, the official name of it.
Yeah.
But excuse me. So Bernie, I said I'd say the best till last, and the big question is, big two questions. Did you find some closure, some way to understand your relationship breakup by the end of the Camino?
No. Yeah, I was. The fact is that I was looking for reasons, but that was in the Portuguese already. Afterwards,
So that came
my
later
ex
on.
probably listening now. Hi, honey bunny. Hi, ex honey bunny. Yeah. The first Camino, the French one, I wasn't about to break up. For real, we didn't break up after I did the Camino.
So you went to kind of find some answers as to what you should do.
I just give a massive value what I had. That's what I mean about the Camino. You give values, and I had a big values. Yeah,
Values.
That relationship that I had. You had the privilege to meet her.
Yeah.
So I understood that I could work it out to come back, and that was very cool. And,
So you did have some revelation, some insight, some answers. You found some answers that you were going to go back and try and make it work.
Yeah, you think and you reconcile yourself with your own self. But that depends on you to open yourself.
Yeah.
I cried like a baby on my own. It was one of the best cries of my life.
Where?
That was right in the beginning. Right in the beginning of the French one. That when I start crying because of my family, my parents, why they never call me. Hopefully some of my family is here as well. Hi family, sorry, but I did cry for you. And there you go. On the Portuguese, I cried because of my breaking up, and but it wasn't a sad cry. It was just a releasing cry and freeing myself. It's just you think and I conclude. No,
It was
time.
it was a cry of liberation in a way.
Yeah. It's interesting because you get, as you said, Brad, you reach some limits sometimes, and that opens some kind of thoughts that you don't do when you have a routine or you have a thing well planned. But when you're there free, when you eat, when you actually are hungry, or you stop because you are tired, you don't do that because of timing. I think you have a good thought. You clear minds.
Yeah.
Some of the nobles in the back time. This was a observation from the guy on the Coimbra. He said they were this woman. She was a noble. She was sanctified. She was a queen. She reunited kingdoms, and she was sanctified because she started walking from one point to another, which I need to read back my diary. As a how do you call plebeo and all that people, a farmer. She was walking just as a normal citizen, and she was a queen, and she was helping a lot of people, and these people didn't knew who she was. She didn't carry on with her guns, swords, arrows, arches, horses. No, she was just like us, a pilgrim, and she was sanctified. That's why she came back to Coimbra. But the guy was explaining the history, and that's why I'm giving this detail. If you have a chance to go there in Portugal,
Coimbra.
Yeah. Everywhere you have a massive and incredible detail. But my experience. Coimbra, I had a very nice explanation.
Yeah, and me, like, similar, like I said about Logroño, there was nothing special there, but it was just a feeling that I had that made me remember that place. They say you always remember how someone makes you feel. And
what made you feel there in Logroño? What was it, spiritual or
I think it was kind of it was a little bit like
getting
that.
out of the mountain when you have the fountain from the wine.
I didn't drink from the wine fountain.
No.
I was very, very ill that day, so I didn't think. Well, in Irache, I think the place is called in Navarra. Irache. Yeah, I didn't drink from the wine fountain. I was very ill that day, so I stayed in a place called Villameor de Monjardin, and it's, I mean, yeah, I was ill, so I didn't drink from it. But Logroño, it was, I think it was the first time I felt like it's such a good question you asked me, and possibly the reason why I ended up moving to Spain, because I felt such an affinity with the Spanish and the culture, and I saw how different it was to my own country, which I'm not saying is any better or worse, but different, and how I liked it more than my own country. In England, at 5 o'clock, everything closes. You know, the shutters on the shops come down, everyone goes home, gets ready to go to bed. In Spain, it comes alive. And I love the way it came alive. Everyone's had a little siesta, or there's some food with their family, or if they're working, they've been on their extended lunch break. But at siesta time, you see the best of the Spanish, which is them.
Siesta. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, after the siesta, they're energized. They come out, they talk. The animated hand gestures, facial expressions. The town, the city comes alive, and I just felt really at home with that.
What time of the year
there was a
was that?
girl. This was summer. It was hot, the hot. You know, the height of summer. July. It was July when I first walked here, and there was a girl playing violin. Like, you know, her fingers were dancing up and down the neck of the violin. It was just such a beautiful sound, and just everything combined. It made me cry there as well. You know, like just this girl playing the violin. Strange, but you can't explain these things sometimes. And it was just a feeling that I had there. Whether it was Logroño, or it was the culmination of 9 or 10 days of walking and the good feelings that all those endorphins, the vitamin D, the serotonin, which is the neurotransmitter that, you know, your brain creates.
What's the name of this?
Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that your brain creates when you do things like extended bouts of exercise.
That's what we were talking about. Yeah, I didn't know there exists a proper name for that.
Yeah, there is a name. Yeah.
How they again?
Serotonin. Yeah,
I'm going to ask you more times.
It's what your brain creates, and some scientists say it's created in the stomach, others say in the brain. Anyway, your body creates it, and it's a feel-good neurotransmitter. And as opposed to, let's go back to the issue of devices. Devices create dopamine, which is a pleasure hormone. And the more of this pleasure hormone we get, the more we want of it. But it doesn't, if you get too much of it or too often, it actually does the opposite effect. It doesn't create pleasure, it creates the complete opposite. So turn off your devices if you can. You'll get more serotonin, less dopamine, more contentment, and less unhappiness. Or dissatisfaction, I think, and there's studies to prove this. Absolutely. Let's finish the interview. It's 1 o'clock in the morning here in Tenerife at 1:21. I've got my friend Bernie over. He's going back to Spain tomorrow or in 2 days' time.
Or whenever.
Or whenever, because he has a habit of missing his planes because he's so relaxed. He's sat here, it's -1 up on my terrace, and he's sitting here in his shorts, and he's Havaianas, like all Brazilian, with socks, like all Brazilian people wear. So, saúde.
Saúde, man.
Did you cry when you arrived in Santiago and walked into the cathedral?
When I arrived?
Yeah, did you cry?
Yes.
Come on,
yes.
tell the truth.
Look, yes.
Yeah, me too.
I took time. I took time because I didn't know what the heck was going on. Yeah, I mean, you work for so many days to get somewhere.
How many days did it take you to get there?
Yeah, it was 3 weeks and 4 days.
Same as me.
Is it?
Yeah, 25 days. 25 days.
For real? From Saint Jean to...
Yep.
My God.
25. Yeah.
I know, cheer for that again.
Cheers again. Salud. Ciao. Saúde.
Create a music with that. 25 days. Like Luis Prima way of saying.
Like Craig David, 7 days.
What?
Oh, there.
Went for a walk on Monday. Went for a walk on Tuesday. I went for a walk on Wednesday. And on Thursday and Friday and Saturday I was walking. That's the Pilgrim's version. But anyway, so you cried at the.
I did, yeah. No, I did, but it took time to realize I was like doped and no drugs at all.
Just high on the
no,
Camino.
Man, high, really
yeah.
high. It's incredible. Exactly what you were talking about. These endorphins, serotonin, or what the names.
Serotonin.
Yes, I forgot already the name.
Endorphins, the
It's
vitamin D
true.
that the sun creates. There's so many scientific ways.
Yeah, for those guys that are finishing the season in Ibiza, go for the Camino de Santiago because you don't need drugs. The best drugs is on your body.
It's a natural high. Yeah.
Yes,
it's a
man.
natural
That was,
high.
I
And
was
Bernie
like,
says that because he works the summer seasons in Ibiza.
Yeah.
So just so you understand where that's got a bit of context as well.
Yeah, indeed.
So just to finish, Bernie, I want to say in your own language, muito obrigado,
Obrigado você, porra.
peregrino, no?
Obrigado, Peregrino.
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 Peregrino. It's strange because you put niños in everything in Portuguese.
No, not this one. We
Not
didn't
this
want
one.
to be fancy this time.
You didn't put the onions. It's like the onions. Anyway, so, muito obrigado, peregrino. Sing us a song in a cappella.
A cappella, for the
Cappella,
Camino.
because
Guys.
Brazil's so famous for music, so many famous musicians.
Yeah, but I'm a terrible singer. Actually, Brad is a very good singer. Very good singer. Very good. But on the Camino, the first Camino, I start making up some lyrics. As you will see, you always going to follow a yellow arrow. And as I said, you don't need no drugs. The best drugs on your own body.
The Camino
And I
is the best
create-
drug. The Camino University.
I'm gonna
Go.
start. Yeah,
go.
make this.
I do this.
Yeah. I woke up big in the morning. I put Vaseline on my feet. Got in out of albergue. The sun shine out for me. I follow yellow arrow.
Oh yeah. Follow yellow arrow.
Old night sleep. Meu brother, that's
Buen
it, guys.
Camino, tío.
Bueno.
Buen Camino.
Ultreia, it's to say.
Ultreia. Move forward with courage. This has been a different kind of interview, but I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Bertie and I,
enjoyed lots.
we tried to do this via Skype, and he was only 20 minutes away from me, but we couldn't even get the connection working. And we've done this under the stars on my roof terrace at 1:20 a.m.
With a
on a
wine.
couple of glasses of wine, and
Amazing.
it's been a lot of fun. So thanks for listening. Buen Camino,
Bye, guys.
fellow
Buen Camino.
peregrinos.
A wandering wanderer, a life adventurer, said he's a